So today I want to talk to you about WhatsApp because I have many friends who are, it's just driving them crazy. And it has drove me crazy in the past. I feel like I'm in a good place with it now. So I have written a blog with 10 things that you can try if WhatsApp is doing your head in. And I'm going to share with you in this video 5 of them. And then if you click the link in my bio that says Red Jotter blog, you can go to the post and read the other 5. Okay, so first thing is you can mute conversations. And I'm fascinated by how much people resist this functionality. It's there for a reason. Use it when you need to use it. You don't need to tell people that you're using it. You don't need to explain why you're using it. Just use it. You can mute groups for 1 day, 1 week, 1 year. You can unmute them when you choose. So use your mute button. Second thing is you have permission to leave a group. You have permission to exit. If you've been waiting for permission, I give it to you now, okay? Too many people are in groups that are stressing them, overwhelming them, and they're not leaving because they're worried that's going to upset somebody. You need to just leave. You don't need to justify why you're leaving. You don't need to explain why you're leaving. Just leave. Because you come first and you're what's important. The third thing is I imagine that some of you might be watching this thinking, well, I'd love to have that problem. Nobody ever invites me into any groups. You might have group envy. I know that I've felt that in the past. So my thing with that is if you want to be in a group and you're not being invited to a group like that, then make your own group. So the group that I've created on my own is the Online Village group for mums who don't have friends and family physically nearby to them. I didn't get invited to any mums groups. I wanted to be invited to some, but I didn't, so I just made my own. So if there's a group you want to be part of, make it and see what happens. The fourth thing is about engagement. Okay, and I think this is where a lot of the anxiety can come from, is this pressure that you put on yourself to engage with everything, to read everything, reply to everything, and of course always apologise if you're late to replying. Just scrap all that, okay? Imagine at work, okay? It's physically impossible to hear every conversation and reply to every conversation. You can't do it. Similarly for even in your home, you can't engage and respond to every single conversation. Same goes for WhatsApp. So you don't need to respond. And here is somebody coming in my front door to distract me. So I'll just shut the door. You don't need to be engaged 100% of the time. It's totally okay. You engage on your terms at a pace that works for you, and you don't need to explain that to anybody or justify it to anybody. The fifth one, and this is for admins, people who have set up groups and who have groups that they invite people to be in. I think if you're an admin, it's really important that you create some rules for the people in your group to follow. Now, I think often we think, well, it's just common sense. People know not to have loads of chats about their weekends in a work-focused group. Don't assume anything. Make it really explicit. Make it super clear. For example, you might want to make it clear that I know in our mums group, it's important to share if something you're about to talk about might be a trigger for other people in that group. You might want to be specific about no hard selling. You might want to be specific about keeping private conversations off topic to a minimum or whatever it might be. So create the rules, make it super clear to everybody in the group that they can leave whenever they want and they don't need to tell you why they're leaving. The one rule that I enforce in my group is no apologising. There's just none. And I think it's been pretty powerful for some of the women in the group who are very used to overly apologising when it's not necessary. So that's my one rule. If you're an admin, think about what your rules are. So use your mute button, leave groups, you have permission to exit, create your own group if you want to be in one that you've not been invited to. Accept you can't engage with everything all the time. And if you're an admin, create some rules. And if you click the red dot or blog in my bio, you can get the rest, the other 5 tips. So you'll have 10 ways to stop WhatsApp from doing your head in. I hope that's helpful. Let me know what's worked for you and have a lovely day. Bye.